coming to the community call, number 74. So I'm going to turn off my camera. Oops. Okay. So yeah, I sent out the meeting notes last week, and this week I did want to talk about the week of 4th of July. I think that's next week, and I was curious if people were going to be in or out or taking the week off with their families or kids or whatever, or working, because that helps me to plan whether we should have the call or not. So maybe I'll circle back to this at the end of the meeting to figure out what we want to do for next week. But I don't know if y'all saw my notes in the from last week when I wrote them up, but I did get the slides from the SmartNIC Summit, and I've stored those. And I think I showed you guys last time, but I've created, we tend to talk about things in lists, and it seemed to me that lately we can actually start talking about them in this. It's still the list, but now we're able to more put it into a project. Again, now we started that in the beginning, but it was harder to do. And now it seems like we've moved in this direction. So I kind of gave an overview of this in the notes. And then what I meant here by Christina to coordinate gaps in the README file, and Andy provided the content. We thought it was a good idea to at least document the differences and the gaps in BMV2 and P4 DPDK targets so that everybody knows what they are. And so we did that. I put a link off of, so in Dash here, we go to the main page. I believe there's a section for P4. I think it's in pipeline. And if you go down here, Dash pipeline, known issues, and in known issues, there's a gap analysis here, which takes you exactly to what basically Andy wrote this up for us. And so here, pretty much tells us about the switches, the gaps in all open source, and then gaps in BMV2 and DPDK. And then I thought this was a good read. Did any of you have a chance to read this?
Yeah, I looked at it last week. Good.
Yeah, and hence my newly found interest in P4. So anyway, this part was interesting though. Anything else to add here, Andy?
Sorry, as I mute. I'm not aware of anything, but if anybody finds any additions or removals, as in gaps get closed, let me know and I'll update this.
Yeah, me too. That's why I've been reading as well. So I just thought we'd throw this out there just so that we're all on the same page. So I did that. And also in our YouTube channel, I created a new playlist for conferences. So if we have conference content or things we want to show there, so now we have community call, high availability, behavioral model, and conferences here. So, and then this whole issue here, it's issue 388 here. And that's this one. We talked about, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to say that for 1755, I internally pinged a few people, and I believe that we have someone named Camille looking at it.
Christina, this is all closed. So
what? Okay.
Yeah.
So stop talking is what you're saying. Okay.
No, the PRs are merged. So
yeah, I know that. So I thought you had mentioned maybe Camille is looking at this, or go ahead, Reshma. What's the
Camille
update?
was Chris assigned Camille to look at it, and he already approved and also merged that PR now. So that means we need to move the pointer from the from Dash to actual site instead of the private fork. That's something we'll be doing.
Yeah, so that one, Reshma, you would be able to do that, right?
Yes, we'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Does that mean then that this can be
Yes.
closed out
We can close it after we have moved
after
it.
the?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, great. So
Thank
in
you.
progress.
Yeah, in progress.
And well, thanks for bringing me up to speed on that. And then we talked about this last week, the SciMeta and BMV2. I went ahead and created an issue for that 395. So that's here, right here.
Yeah,
So Chris, Murray, and BJ. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, thanks, Christina, for filing that. Wondering if BJ, I think, brought it up initially, the concern. Wondering if he could go into that issue and articulate a little bit. You know, I remember we spoke about it last week, but some of the details now are already eluded me. If you go in and expand on that a bit, we get a better description of the ask. And maybe it's something that, you know, we can all work on collectively.
Let's see if BJ's on the call here. Oh, no, I'll ping him. Okay.
I can talk briefly if you would like, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah, so I guess the question was, so the meta is part of the Psi Redis when we actually build it in the SONiC system, right? So it's not part of the libsci. It's not part of the vendor libsci at all. So, but with Psi thrift, it looks like we need to include the meta .os in this libsci. That seems to be a difference between how we do it for SONiC system versus how we do it for Cypress.
And what's the difficulty that it's causing?
So if we don't include the meta.os in the website, it's giving an undefined reference when we run the Cypress. When we build the Cypress server, it's looking for a function, a meta function.
And so doesn't matter if yourself or VJ edit that, but maybe just edit the issue and try to be so that, you know, remember exactly what the issue and ask is, and what would be your preference in the outcome of the dash, you know, tool chain. What would you like to see happen versus what's happening?
I'm
Sure.
sorry,
Okay.
I didn't hear Mukesh properly. I was also distracted. If there is anything, Mukesh, you need from the Psi PDF or Psi server, please let us know. Let me know.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So basically, our understanding is that whatever libsci we build for the actual SONiC in the SONiC system, right? That's the same libsci that we should be using for the Cypress test as well. But what we found is that if we are forced to include the meta.os in this libsci to successfully compile the Cypress server.
I see. So the Cypress server doesn't compile unless your meta is compiled into the libsci.
Exactly.
And you don't need that information for a production libsci.
Exactly.
That's okay. I know
Because
Mario
it's compiled as part of it's compiled part of the Psi Redis in the production the SONiC, because it's not vendor specific, it's common, it's uniform across all vendors, so it need not be in the vendor website.
Sorry, I will follow up on this. Andy, if you have any further information, please go ahead to share. Otherwise, we'll follow up with you offline, number 325.
Oh, sorry, I don't have any thing right now.
We also have our issue for adding into meter policy scale into documentation. So we have this too. So there we go. And yeah, so that's what we had for the last week. And did anyone have PRs or things you wanted to cover for this week?
So there was an issue on that you opened for me that I filled in numbers on the sixth line.
Oh, okay, great.
Just related to meter, but it's different from the documentation 390. So I filled out what I think is going on and all that, but I need clarification and confirmation. That's all.
Okay. So Vijay, Prince,
Probably VG or Prince.
did you guys have a second to read, or did you guys have a minute to read this?
Oh, it can be taken care of offline. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at this, but I can respond offline on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Otherwise, I got a PR that I opened for miscellaneous stuff.
Hold on one second.
Yep.
So you have a PR, okay? Do you want me to just keep displaying? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one.
Okay.
It's just I have food testing and all that. I find, especially with SING-D, I find some bugs here and there. So I'm being carried deep. So I'm trying to push some of that stuff. It's kind of a hodgepodge of things, unfortunately.
Return proper objects. Fix, remove command generation. Scale, update. Scythrift Docker. Update P4 generation to handle IP prefix list. Meter functions to side hash.
And I also have sorry. So I don't know if somebody could look at that, and then we'll see.
Does anyone know the best people to look at this? Like returning the proper objects, fixing the remove command.
You can look at the file, change that, and that will kind of tell you the area.
Let me take a look at that. 393.
393 issues 39 or PR 393.
Oh, nice. A lot of things there.
Yeah, like it's a hotspot. So I don't know if you want. I could split it up in kind of sections if need be, but
you can put little GitHub checkboxes, right? Little square bracket, X square bracket kind of thing to show a checkbox if you want, but that's fine. I'll try to take a look at that, and I'll also try to communicate. I would add. I'm going to add someone else too. Andre.
okay, thanks.
Andre Kokon is actively working on Side Challenger as well. Take a look at that.
Thanks. And that leads me to kind of a question for Reshma. I believe you mentioned you had meter test cases in the pipeline somewhere.
Yes, Vincent, we have that. We'll be able to upstream in a couple of weeks or so.
Okay.
Later.
Is that something you could share ahead of time?
I'll find out if I can share.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
Did anyone else have a PR issue they wanted to look at?
Did we merge in the NAT HLD from? I think there was a NAT HLD from a long time.
Alibaba?
Yeah.
No, we didn't merge it in. This one, I think we had said, oh, there's still some outstanding questions here. Is Clark here? I don't see Clark. Prince, have you communicated with Clark at all? Wait, hang on.
Christina, was that a question for me?
I'm sorry, I didn't go all the way to the end. Trying to figure out what to do with this PR. So that seems like there's a lot of questions for Clark here. Maybe I should, because if I remember this NAT HLD, this really wasn't a scenario we were looking at. It was more something that Alibaba wanted to look at.
Yeah, I think there are still some outstanding comments, right? So. Yeah.
I could ping Clark on the thread here.
Sure. I think that is it possible at all to upstream the NAT part into the pipeline without having to have the first packet go to the software, without the software slow path, just the portion of the NAT part. So we can discuss it with Clark if he joins next time. NAT would be a good addition, right? Another feature, but we want to add that into the Dash pipeline.
I think if NAT was on our radar for future, we had no.
NAT was not in this list, is it? Okay, nice.
Let's talk about that. So you're saying upstream NAT only?
Yeah.
Without what, Reshma?
Yeah, into Dash pipeline itself, without modifying the Dash pipeline much.
Riff or Prince, would you have a thought on that now, or should I just check with Clark from Alibaba?
Chris, do you have any thoughts?
Okay. I'll take it offline and check then.
Okay,
so you're saying NAT would be useful, Reshma?
Yeah. Yeah, if we can, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will check up on that. Yeah, I can check up on that. Okay. So I'm just gonna put
I had a question for Reshma. I was just looking at Vincent's PR 393 in more detail, and I was mistaken. I don't think Andre's the right person to review it, but is there someone on your team, Reshma, that can look at a lot of the PTF test cases that Anton originally submitted, but Vincent's done some modifications to those in this PR. Who would be a good person to assign?
This is PR 366. Let me write it down.
393.
393?
Yeah.
Okay, 393. Yeah, I will ask Yuri to look into it. Yeah, I will assign it to him, see if he can take a look.
That would be good. Thank you. Yeah, I looked at it's quite broad. You know, there's some little fixes here and there, and you probably want to make sure they're not going to break any of your own tests on your own platform.
Sure.
But thanks, Vincent, for going through.
Okay, it looks like I need to go through and clean up a couple of these that are mine. So I'll try this next week to go clean up this one and this one, try and remember what I was working on. So I'll take that action item. And do we need to cover, Marian, do we need to cover this one here? I don't see Marian on the call.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. I can wait. And Prince, do we need to cover this one this week?
This one I'm getting some internal feedback, so
sure.
I'm addressing that.
We're
And,
waiting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okie doke. And okay. Then I will go ahead and clean my stuff up. Okay. Anything else, guys? So what about next week then? Is next week's July 4th, isn't it? So do we plan to be working? Do we plan to be not working? I guess that's my question.
Not working for me.
Okay, how about everybody else?
I'm working Wednesday.
Same for me. I'll be out on Wednesday.
John, that's John. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Usually, historically at Microsoft, I've been here a long time. People tend to take the week off if they have family or friends or events they like to do with their kids and things like that. So I just wasn't sure if this is going to be super lightly attended. It might be better to just skip the week. What do you got? Anyone want to raise a hand if they agree, or just tell me, or if you want to meet? I'm open. Basically, I've got a couple of no's. Go ahead, Vincent.
I'll say cancel it, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Okay. Marsha, Chris, VJ.
I'm
Yeah,
okay either way.
I'll be available. So either way.
Okay. What'd you say, Marsha?
I'm okay either way. I'll be available, but if there are not enough people.
Okay.
Nothing burning for me. I'm happy to attend.
Okay. I'm gonna lean towards not having it, I guess. So I'll send a cancellation. I'll ask a few more people. So okay. So that's what I had for this week. And if you have anything you want to cover, just let me know before the next call. And I think we have behavioral model this week too. So it's tomorrow. Let me take a look at my calendar. Yep, we do. Behavioral models tomorrow. Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, that's all I have. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Christina.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.